Carl Jung's quotes, which are better known in youth, do not regret in old age. You are not what happened to you. You are what you chose to become. Life really does begin at 40. Up until then, you are just doing research. Thinking is difficult. That's why most people judge. People grow like plants, some in light, others in shade. There are many who need shade, not light. Every form of addiction is bad, no matter whether the narcotic is alcohol, morphine, or idealism. Woe to those who live by examples. There is no life in them. If you live by example, you live the life of that example. But who will live your life but yourself? So live your own life. Man can endure the hardest trials if he sees meaning in them. The whole difficulty lies in creating that meaning. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy will lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. Man cannot stand a meaningless life. Shrinking away from death is something unhealthy and abnormal, which robs the second half of life of its purpose. Where your fear is, there is your task. What did you do as a child that made the hours pass like minutes? Herein lies the key to your earthly pursuits. If you were a gifted person, it doesn't mean you got something. It means you can give something away. He who was afraid needs dependence, as a weakened man needs support. Midlife is a time to let go of an over-dominant ego and to contemplate the deeper significance of human existence. A man who has not passed through the inferno of his passions has never overcome them. The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There's no recipe for living that suits all cases. For better to come, good must stand aside. If a man knows more than others, he becomes lonely. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved, but only outgrown. The least of things with meaning is worth more in life than the greatest things without it. Wholeness is not achieved by cutting off a portion of one's being, but by integration of the contraries. Shame is a soul-eating emotion. Loneliness does not come from having no people about one, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to oneself, or from holding certain views which others find inadmissible. To ask the right question is already half the solution to a problem. If the path before you is clear, you're probably on someone else's. Children learn by an adult's example, not by the words. Man needs difficulties. They are necessary for health. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. People would do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. We cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation does not liberate, it oppresses. We were born at a given moment in a given place, and like vintage years of wine, we have the qualities of the year and of the season in which we are born. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Where love rules, there is no will to power, and where power predominates, love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. Your vision will become clear only when you look into your heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. The soul needs your recklessness, not your wisdom. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. The greatest tragedy of the family is the unlived lives of the parents.
If an attractive woman is single, it's because she's smarter than everyone else.